The Eastern African Court of Justice is hearing cases challenging the domestic laws and legal directives in Kenya and Tanzania that deemed injurious to the fundamental rights of citizens. Tanzania's directive on compulsory pregnancy tests for schoolgirls and dismemberment of Kenya's senior counsel from the Supreme Court of Kenya are before the regional court, which is expected to pronounce itself on laws passed by East African Community Partner States deemed to contravene universal human rights. In the Kenyan case, Mr. Abdullahi argues that the decision to bar him and his firm from appearing before the highest court in the country violates his rights to earn a living, and it's an affront on his human rights. He argues that the decision by the Supreme Court violated his rights to fair administrative action, access to justice, and a fair trial. The Kenya Appeals Court has, however, issued an advisory opinion indicating that the East African Community Court of Justice is not an appellate court for cases concluded in Kenya. Tanzanian case. The Tanzanian case filed by Inclusive Development for Citizens and the Center for Strategic Litigation is challenging an alleged statement by the District Commissioner of Dodoma directing all heads of schools and education officers to compulsorily test schoolgirls for pregnancy every 3 months. So, truth be told, first and foremost, it is very bad if Kenya, Tanzania are before this court and that Kenya is not obliging, or Tanzania is not obliging to the laws or the rules or the regulations that they pass as Eastern African community. They are not holding to it. But on the other side, laws are meant to be flexible, not to be rigid. Yes, because from time to time, things are changing. Times are evolving. Some of these laws, some of these regulations in which they agreed in the past, they need to revisit some of them to adjust them. Yes, every law, be it in an alliance or in a country, is not supposed to be rigid because times are changing. Peoples are evolving, and some of these laws, some of these regulations need to evolve for it to be suitable to the present time that the people are living in. Then on the other side, at this point in time, there's a whole lot going on around Eastern African community. The last thing this alliance need now is for them to be going to court against one another, or as a collective going to court against one or two countries. Whatsoever it is, they have to put heads together and resolve it once and for all. Like I said, there's a whole lot going on in around East African communities. In some places, they are having some trade agreements that they need to readjust. They are having some tariffs they need to adjust to help their exports, their trade, and their goods and services, and all that. So it is only fair enough. In some areas, there are conflicts, like in Congo. So they have other serious issues they need to address. And more united they are, the more that they will be able to put heads together and find a long-lasting solution that will restore peace, stability in the area of some of the countries or areas or communities or villages where there are conflicts or wars, and they will be able to solve their trade deal issues so that it will help to reproject or reposition each and every of their economies so they can grow.